Welcome to our podcast, episode 66. Execute Order 66. But not Star Wars related. Today it's on Dead Space, so still space related, just not Star Wars. Space Wars. The knockoff Star Wars. Space Wars. Galactic Wars. Universe Wars. Multiverse Wars. You could put anything wars, honestly. But, yeah. Dead Space, a horror game that slowly became more action with each iteration. Well, really in the third one, but it was starting to creep in number two, which is why I probably like number one the most. I like number one, and number one got a remake, so if I ever play that, that's probably only gonna make me like the the original more. So you can tell which one's my favorite and what one I'm biased to. uh, but it's a good series, a good horror series. Survival horror. Well, less survival horror once you get to number two and three. But you know, scary, I suppose. Not really for me. I'm not really scared of anything unless it does a good job. Like sometimes, I when it actually does do something unique, like in a game that I played called Irony of a Nightmare, there was this creepy guy like out the window. Like seeing him out the window was like not very creepy. Like once I pick up this key, you're going to be at the window. And yep, he was at the window. Like that wasn't scary. But then to turn around and see another one of the guy right behind me, that was unexpected and caught me off guard and scared me a bit. Like, oh, there's another one of you. And in that moment I had surprise and was scared a little bit, not overly scared, but decently scared. Like I didn't expect him to be behind me when I was like, yeah, you're going to be teleport to the window. I know how this works. But then when it was behind me as well, it was like, oh, okay. So you used the main you as a distraction to make me not think there would be a second you right behind me. That that's actually clever game design because sometimes players can see what you're about to do, so sometimes you gotta be even more clever. Like people can predict like stereotypical jump scares a mile away, so adding something like that makes it more unique. And the Dead Space remake does that same sort of thing. It makes you think the enemy's going to approach from one direction, but then they end up being the other direction. So, you know, game developers are definitely getting more clever and like thinking outside the box. But I love Dead Space, and I really hope that Dead Space 2 also gets a remake because even though it's not my favorite, obviously, I still want to see a sequel. Well, not a sequel, but a remake of the sequel. That's the correct way to say it. Not there's already a sequel. There's already a Dead Space sequel. uh, anyway, yeah, I like Dead Space. So yeah, but yeah, I think that'll do for this our podcast. So thank you all for watching, and peace.